I spent 1 week in Hawaii, and it all started here in an airport in Ontario, California. So I guess by the title of this video, you already know what it's about. But what you probably don't know is this is my first flight in an airplane. Almost 6 hours to the island of Oahu, no less. There were nerves, but it was also exciting. I barely slept the night before. But to be fair, I had to be up at 3:30 a.m. to get ready and be at the airport by 6, so the energy drink was needed. Maybe not for my nerves, but to be alert, awake, and aware for sure. Hood up for comfort if I'm anxious, baby crying on the airplane. Yep, it's just like anything I've watched on the screen at home. The pretzels they offered were the highlight and went nicely with the ginger ale I ordered. I spent my time listening to audiobooks, reading, writing, and actually editing a rough draft of the opening of this video. We landed on Oahu and it was only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I couldn't believe I was here. I spent the whole shuttle ride looking out the window at the city of Honolulu, thinking about how we were isolated on the island away from the rest of the country, but just how it felt like almost any beach town back home. It was a surreal feeling that this would be my home for a week. Waikiki, that was my new home. That night I went out to explore the environment around me. Party town for sure. There were plenty of people out and about, street performers, and many shops and outdoor malls nearby to explore. I couldn't get over the fact how cool it was. Their malls had no roofs and just a waterfall right here in the middle of one. The International Marketplace was a 3-story mall with such a cool aesthetic. It was fun exploring all the stores around here. We even found this cat cafe. Island cats just trying to get by, so I did my part. This was my first time at a 2-story Target with an escalator for yourself and your shopping cart. The resort I stayed at had a fitness center I was at almost every morning before 7 a.m. There I couldn't sleep, so I made a morning routine going there, then down to the beach sand boardwalk. So many things to look at just like home. Just a short walk away was the aquarium in Waikiki. It was a small one, but still had fun fish and sea life to look at.
Choose sunscreens that don't have chemicals that harm.
Last but not least, we're highlighting some of the
A+ marketing in the gift shop. I did end up buying their Emo Nemo shirt they were selling. I'll post it on my socials for y'all to see. This was my first sunset on the beach in Waikiki, and soon realized this was an event every evening for tourists like myself to watch. It's indescribable unless you are there, and video just doesn't do it justice. Next morning, I was up early as usual. I appreciate the different wildlife they have roaming the streets, anywhere from white pigeons to the wild roosters just going about their day. Aloha Stadium Swap Meet was a giant circle of vendors around the stadium. It was here I learned plastic water bottles are non-existent in Hawaii, and the place I got the most sunburned. Late one afternoon, I spent my time at the beach with my Akazo action camera, trying to capture the school of fish that swim around you in the ocean. The water is warm and it is pretty easy to acclimate to the weather. Unfortunately, I did not capture any of the fish on camera while putting my camera underwater. Yeah, up early again as usual, appreciating where I was at the time. I try not to take any time I was there for granted. Another part of my routine was hitting the local ABC stores for supplies for that day. Spam just sitting there in the hot food section is something you don't see back home in California, and I love that they offered it here. Today was a tour around the city of Honolulu on the trolley, where I got to learn about some of the history about Hawaii. What was crazy was the change of weather I experienced during the hour-long bus ride. It went from raining to sunshine in no time. At the end of the tour, we arrived at Pearl Harbor, one of the most memorable experiences of this whole trip. It was a lot to take in, and so much history happened here. Next up was our boat ride out onto the ocean.
Maximize your time in the memorial. Don't stop for any photos.
It was heavy being here where the Arizona once floated, but an honor to be able to show my respect to those who served. I highly recommend coming out here if you ever make it to Hawaii. The next day, I finally got the chance to stop by the Alamo Center Mall in Honolulu. This is the largest open-air mall in the world that doesn't have a roof over it. 4 stories to explore and plenty of stores to look at. It was so cool being there. No roof mall should be more of a theme. Look, I did shop at Macy's, but also the Lego store and Hot Topic. Yeah, I'm still a creative kid at heart. Saturday morning was the floral parade for Aloha Week. Another highlight of my trip was seeing the annual parade and the culture the people of Hawaii put into their parade and the pride they show. Also, quick shout out to Elmo here. We're a long way from Sesame Street. Another small adventure here was visiting the Hard Rock Cafe. I didn't record much here, but definitely worth a visit if you are in the area. Even though it was a bit cloudy, I had to go out for the last sunset I would see in Hawaii, a reflection of things I got to experience this week, and just the end of a journey until I come back here one day. Never thought I'd fall in love with Waikiki and the surrounding areas as much as I did. I'm not really a beachgoer, but I can't recommend this experience enough. If you ever find yourself looking to travel in the US, make sure this place is up there on that list. Thank you so much if you've made it through this whole video. It means the world to me. Like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Chris Clutching Memories.